Thank you. Your Excellency, my dear sister, our Minister of Foreign Affairs, Excellencies, ladies, and a few gentlemen. I think they may be coming, some endangered species in the room today, but thank you. It's been a real pleasure to be part of the World Women's Forum. And as we gather for the closing ceremony, I'd like to share a few reflections and perhaps some of the actions that honor the spirit of our discussions and the key insights that we have gained over the past 2 days. But let me start by asking all of us to give a round of applause to an amazing leader in our Minister of Foreign Affairs that has hosted us for this past 2 days. Thank you. We have, of course, the significance of next year's Beijing Plus 30 moment. It's a milestone that represents a departure from the previous reviews of the Beijing Platform for Action. 5 years ago, I remember distinctly, as women from around the globe prepared to convene in New York for Beijing Plus 25, the world also began to face unprecedented challenges. In March 2020, the onset of a new era began, with uncertainties that continue to impact us today. And since then, we've witnessed the tragic loss of 7 million lives to COVID-19, 100 million more people living in extreme poverty. Education was lost for over 400,000 students in only 1 year, and the goal of limiting global temperature rise to 1.5 degrees Celsius was slipping away. Women's leadership is now needed more than ever. As we prepare for Beijing Plus 30, we should draw from the lessons of the wisdom of leaders like Eleanor Roosevelt, from whom we inherit the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, the Mirabelle sisters, or butterflies, as they were known then, whose bravery led to the commemoration of the International Day of Violence Against Women on the 25th of November, or of Wangari Maathai, whose Green Belt movement has helped us understand that peace is rooted in our land, our ecosystems, and our planet. And the wisdom of Mongol queens, whose historical contributions to the great Genghis Khan and his lineage that we have celebrated over the past 2 days and that I've seen in the museum here in Ulaanbaatar. Friends and sisters, we must also honor the wisdom and contributions of all of the women who stood behind those iconic figures, because women's leadership, as often demonstrated, is grounded in inclusion and the unity of purpose. The concept of Ubuntu, I am because we are, captures the essence of the African sense of solidarity and the approach that should guide our efforts towards Beijing Plus 30. 4 weeks from now, our world leaders will gather at the United Nations for the Summit of the Future. On the occasion of the 75th anniversary of the UN, the Summit of the Future was born in an effort to better respond to the challenges that our Charter is currently facing. It convenes world leaders and member states to a discussion about a future that is anchored in the present, and it is also reflecting on the past. The summit reminds us that there is no shortcut to a better future if we do not achieve the SDGs. Our Agenda 2030 still remains the best hope for ensuring a sustainable and equitable future for all generations. And they are our roadmap, and achieving them requires unwavering commitment and collective action. We also face increasingly complex landscape of conflicts, so the new call for the Agenda for Peace is urgent. The current framework of the Security Council at the United Nations is failing to inspire trust in multilateralism and institutions. We must reimagine how we approach peace and security to build a more effective and credible multilateral system for the people that we serve. And here, our Women, Peace and Security Resolution 1325 is key to implementing that. We then have the era of technology that holds immense potential for prosperity for everyone. However, we must take command of artificial intelligence, for instance, and other emerging technologies, rather than allowing them to dictate our course. Responsible governance of technology will be essential to ensuring it serves humanity and contributes to our collective well-being. Just as our Security Council needs reform, so too does our international financial architecture. The current global financial system must evolve to address the injustices of our time. The Summit of the Future will be a pivotal platform to explore how we can reshape financial structures to better support sustainable development and resilience. The Summit of the Future is the bridge that we need to find common ground and respond in a way that will deliver a new multilateralism that draws strength from the opportunities of the SDGs, new technologies, a just and inclusive financial system, and of course, a peace architecture that is fit for purpose. Excellency, societies are distinct and diversity is our strength. Only Mongolia, with its unique culture, could deliver on this World Women's Forum. I've been inspired by what I've seen and also what I've heard here, and to be true to the objective of the dialogue of the last 2 days towards a green future, let me close with some ideas about what green means for our future. First, green means rooting development in green and a healthy planet, but also committing to the transitions that are needed for sustainable food systems and while preserving our natural resources. We need a new green agenda for peace, one that is cognizant of the losses that climate change represents for peoples and nations around the world. We need only to consider the perspectives of those directly affected. Small islands face existential threats to their very existence, and there are fears of mothers who face an uncertain future for their children if we don't meet the commitment of Paris and the 1.5-degree trajectory. But there are also many mothers and girls in the Sahel where environmental stresses exacerbate conflicts among farmers and herders. And these are the specific challenges faced by women and girls. We hope that we can confront these with green technology, but also green financing as we address the gaps to accelerate our achievements towards the SDGs. We need to think differently. We need to value our assets differently, reassessing our ideas of profits, revisiting insurance schemes. Success in health can mean success in education, but also putting in place climate resilience clauses. Together, we have many tools in the multilateral system that can help us to address all of these challenges. It is a time and an era where we have calls for new mindsets and approaches, and I hope that we can draw on the inspiration of the last 2 days and the outcome document, which will serve as a bridge to informing the future discussions that we have at the Summit of the Future, but of course at Beijing Plus 30. Let's continue to draw on the wisdom of our women and remember that the world is driven by solidarity and the ideas and ideals of equality, justice, and that the results that we have will not deceive us. I wish once again to thank the President of Mongolia and of course my sister, the Foreign Minister, for their leadership in convening this vital forum. And I urge each and every one of you, men and women alike, to take decisive action within your areas of influence, whether you're driving environmental and climate action, shaping sustainable food systems, advancing the digital economy, or nurturing the minds of the next generation through education, sports, art, and culture. Your role is going to be crucial. But so too is the need for genuine intergenerational discourse. Now for us is the time to accelerate our collective efforts towards achieving the SDGs, act with urgency, be bold with the scale that we need to reach everyone, leaving no one behind. And we can assure you that the United Nations and the family that is here today with us will continue to be your steadfast partner as we go forward. The world is calling for bold and transformative action and change. Let us answer that action. Let us answer that action by building a future that is more just, equitable, and equal for all, and most importantly, championed by women, women of the world. Thank you.